How's it going, everyone? It is Andre Williams, and over here we talk stocks and we focus on one thing. Always protect your profits. And before we get started, I want to let you guys know about the private group. Whether you're an investor or you're a trader and you're looking to build wealth inside the stock market, then this group is for you. If you are interested, you can find the link down inside the description. We'll be happy to have you a part of the family. So today we're going to be talking about SNDL Sundial growers. Ended up seeing a lot of momentum towards the end of the day, and you know what? We're going to be talking about it. So first, let's jump into the agenda. The first thing we're going to be going over, of course, is the update that came out. This is very key to know, and especially for shareholders that believe inside the long-term prospects of SNDL. And then we're going to be doing a technical analysis, taking a look at the overall price action, taking a look at those areas of support, and also seeing where those fluctuations are in the range that SNDL seems to always put itself in. And then we're going to be taking a look at the order flow distribution. We want to know, have institutions been loading up? Is there a lot of buying? Hey, we're going to find out. And then when all of that is done, I'll be giving you guys my final thoughts. So let's jump into it. Now let's go over the press release that came out from SNDL. So Sundial increases commitment to Sunstream Bancorp Inc. by $350 million. SNDL announced that it has increased its commitment to Sunstream Bancorp to $538 million from its previously announced commitment of $188 million. All amounts are in Canadian dollars unless otherwise stated. Sunstream is a joint venture between Sundial and the SAF Group that leverages a strategic financial and operational partnership to target asymmetrically enhanced risk-return opportunities in the cannabis industry to provide exposure to a portfolio of attractive debt, equity, and hybrid investments. So why is this good news? We are seeing that SNDL is making investments because what could this open up the doors for? Acquisitions, partnerships, joint ventures, and so forth. We know that SNDL needs to have some sort of a presence outside of Canada. I think that would be huge, and it would have an impact not only on the company, but also for the stock. So if they're investing and they're making these particular type of moves, this is great to see. And of course, this is going to bring in a lot of excitement for investors because we're looking forward to, hey, SNDL, SAF Group, what do you have up your sleeves? So now let's jump into the technical analysis. So we're going to be doing a technical analysis for SNDL's Sundial growers. Let's see how it performed on the day. So it ended up closing at 95 cents, being up 7.64%. On the low, it tested 83 cents. Then on the high, testing 96 cents. So one of the things we want to take a look at first, we are using the 1-year daily chart. Let's take a look at the RSI. So when we take a look at the RSI, it's right around 51. So it's right in the middle, right at fair value there. When we take a look at the indicators on the chart, of course, we're seeing strength above the 200-day. And we're also see that we are below the 100-day, but we are sitting right on the 21-day EMA. We had a little bit of a jump coming from SNDL towards the end of the day, and if we want to see this momentum continue, we want to make sure it can get to at least the $1 range. It is not too far off from there. We ended up seeing a resistance right around 96 cents, so I'm looking forward to us getting past this and hitting $1. I feel like when we hit that $1 level, of course, we're going to have a lot of profit taking, a lot of people who are doing swings or just taking advantage of those fluctuations between those areas like we've spoken about before. So if you're looking to actually make sure you can make some money off of these fluctuations, I'd make sure to have your limit order in place because this can be a very quick move. So am I saying that there's no upside for SNDL? No, I am not saying that. But as far as what we've been seeing in the markets, things have been very choppy and very volatile, especially for a lot of penny stocks and as well as growth stocks. So taking this into consideration, I would definitely not hesitate to take profits if that's in your strategy. But for the most part, it was great seeing the run. And as long as SNDL stays within this range like we spoke about, I see it in a buying zone when it's in the 70-cent range, and of course moving between $1. But in order for it to really start gaining some momentum here, we need it seated to get it past the 100-day here at $1.07, so we can make that move to $1.10 and then see what it does from there. Now let's take a look at the order flow distribution for SNDL. So we could see here on the inflow we had 49, and on the outflow we had 36, and of course this is in millions here. So we can see we have 0 on the large, as far as we had 30 on the medium for the inflow, and then we had 19 on the small. For the outflow on the medium, we had 22, and on the small, we had 14. So we had inflows that were beating out outflows. When we take a look at the large scale orders in the last 5 days, you can see zero right down the board from June the 30th all the way to July 7th. So we're seeing a lot of retail activity here. If institutions are getting involved, they're not putting in large orders whatsoever. So taking all of this into consideration, there is going to continue to be volatility in SNDL stock, especially if the markets continue to be choppy for growth stocks and as well as penny stocks. But we do know, as far as the cannabis sector is concerned, if we end up getting any type of catalyst, it will definitely benefit SNDL, and we could see movements in the overall stock price. So now let's jump into the final thoughts. So for my final thoughts for SNDL, it's definitely going to be interesting to see how it performs as we come closer to the end of this week. And the reason being is we've been dealing with some choppy markets. We are seeing growth stocks are getting killed, and as well as for penny stocks. But one thing we do need to understand, SNDL does continue to have that short squeeze potential. When I looked on Fintel, I saw that the short interest was around 29%, and anything above 21% does give us that good indication of a potential short squeeze. But another thing to also understand, and we've talked about this many times inside of this channel, there's going to be a lot of profit taking, right? They're going to have a lot of people that trade in that same range I've talked about in previous videos. I always say once it hits $1, that is a psychological level. We've seen SNDL being around 86 cents, 85 cents. A lot of people will take profits at that 15% when it hits $1. And I want to make sure you're prepared for that. I know there's some people inside of the private group saying, hey, I'm looking to actually unload SNDL. So if you're looking to unload, like I was saying previously, you want to have that limit order around $1, and you can gain about 10 to 15 to 20%. It all depends on where your cost average is. Another thing also to understand with SNDL making this investment, it's definitely something that is good to see, and there could be some more possible news to look forward to or any type of catalyst, because why would they make such a big investment? So that got investors talking and be like, hey, what's up with SNDL? You know what? I'm going to buy because something is going to be coming up. And also we got to take into consideration the cannabis industry. If we see some momentum there, of course, SNDL can spike. So that's all I really wanted to share with you guys for today. Look forward to seeing how the market performs tomorrow, and we'll be talking real soon.